the sunset is from where we are right now. Also, I do wish to apologize for the noise, and there might be some dogs barking just because we're in a very dog-friendly neck of the wood. Hello, Robin from iHeart Disney. So good to see you. And also, by the way, CJ, happy birthday! Woo! How is the birthday at Olive Gardens? And and that's right, Robin. Let's get comfortable and get the party started. Another thing is, I'm glad that you're all able to drop on in. I know we're just getting started, but honestly, the reason why I decided to go live from no matter where I am today is that it is the last day of Rock and Roller Coaster, which makes me really, really sad. Since it's the last day of Rock and Roller Coaster, I'm just a little bit worried about the future of Tower of Terror. Looks like we got a squirrel going off. Oof oof. Oh hey Robin, good to see you. Hello Lyle. Lyle says, now Val, you're just getting the sunset and it's already dark where I am. Sounds about right. Time zones do some pretty wild things. And Robin says, welcome to Tonio Tower. You're officially checked in and the elevator is about to drop. Speaking of which, we are going live in a few minutes. Get comfortable, grab your snacks, and boop that like button before the elevator drops. Hello, Miss Bubblegum. Good to see you. Insect Muppet fan, how are you doing? And I'm curious, what is everybody's thoughts about the Rock and Roller Coaster closure as of today? Literally, what really blew me away is the fact that at one point, when I checked the Disney app like a few hours ago, there was a 1,225 minute wait exactly. And what really blows me away, and what really blew me away, is the line for Rock and Roller Coaster actually extended to the backstage area of Tower of Terror. I will be posting a photo of that in the community tab later on, and I'll be linking a photo of the exact video in the comments. Hello Matthew, good to see you. What's up? How are you doing? I realize that this is not the Sunday art stream, but stay tuned. Live art is coming tomorrow when we're back at in the Twilight Zone and our penthouse. Right now, we are enjoying some time at the Haunted Mansion. Robin says, I have never been on Rock and Roller Coaster, but I don't think Muppets is a good theme for a coaster like that. Honestly, I was really surprised that they were doing a Muppets coaster, because when I think of Muppets, I think of a really happy, upbeat kiddie ride, not kiddie ride, but a carnival style ride, or a ride like It's a Small World. Unfortunately, with Muppets, I just don't really see how you can enjoy a roller coaster. Well, I just lost my monorail thoughts again. But I have a really hard time reconciling with the fact that Muppets is going to be a roller coaster and has literally gone from a really cute innocent show to this really scary loop-de-loop coaster. I do wish that Disney would have either done Coldplay, AC/DC, Guns N' Roses, or incorporated another IP that was geared towards roller coaster loving adults to compete with Epic Universe or SeaWorld. Lyle says, yeah, that's not a very good idea. Them changing from Aerosmith to the Muppets, not a lot of people, kids or adults, are going to be able to ride that. It's a very intense coaster, and I couldn't agree more. Which is why I honestly felt really disappointed when I heard that the theme was going to be Muppets instead of another Disney IP, even Star Wars, or even something from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'd be okay with. Despite my feeling, sometimes I feel that Disney does oversaturate and overuse Marvel IP, but I actually do feel that Marvel, something from the Marvel Universe would have been a really good fit. I can envision a theme where the Avengers must collect all 7 Infinity Stones, and as you ride, you collect Infinity Stones. Yeah, I'm curious, Matthew, what band would you have liked? Yes, bring back the Muppets vision. You just read my mind. Bring back the Muppets. Make Muppet vision nice and strong. At least, if you're going to go Muppets, go with Muppets 100%. And if Disney does decide, if we theme the Tower of Terror, make Sunset Boulevard Muppets Land, that has been Jim Henderson's dream and vision for years and years and years. Hello, mate. Good to see you. Another thing that and speaking of the entire Muppet Land, I can see the tower being based off of after Muppet song Happiness Hotel, and I can definitely envision Disney relocating the villain show to the villain's land and putting Muppet Vision 3D where Disney Villains currently is. That would be my ideal version of Sunset Boulevard if Disney is unable to renew the Twilight Zone license. And also, hey mate, good to see you. By the way, I love your new Facebook logo. Yes, I would have loved a Metallica roller coaster or even a Jonas Brother coaster. Hello Angie, good to see you. What's up and how are you doing? Right now we're yammering away about the fact that today was Rock and Roller Coaster's last day as Aerosmith. And because of that, I'm just really worried right now about the future of Tower of Terror. Just because Tower of Terror is now Disney's only attraction without a Disney IP. And I'm not sure if Disney is going to keep the CBS Twilight Zone licensing or try to redo Tower of Terror based on the Scarlett Johansson's film. If Scarlett actually does pull through with the film, which has been in the works since 2021, almost 5 years ago. It's wild how time flies. So now let's see if we can go downstairs and just walk around the neighborhood. Actually, wait, we can't do that because the data out here is the Twilight Zone. Once you get past that little trash can, kaboom, you literally drop into the abyss of data, and you have now entered the lag zone. So basically, we are kind of contained to this yard, just like how the dogs are contained with the invisible fence. I am really hoping that's true, Matthew. Please let that be true, Matthew. Please, knock on wood. Let that be true. Let that ring true, please, Disney, please. I am begging you, Disney. I am literally begging you. Robin also says, Disney would be crazy to redo Tower of Terror. That ride gets a lot of guests daily for that reason. However, yet here is a predicament. Take a look at Tower of Terror in Disneyland, California. Even before the Mission Breakout retheme, that Tower of Terror had regularly garnered 65 plus minute wait times throughout the entire operational day. However, Bob Chapek said, we are going to make the best ride and the best ride in DCAA an even better ride, which prompted the retheme, and that's really got me on edge. Just because of that one instance alone in 2017, I'm honestly really worried. That's right, Lyle, they got rid of Todd in Disneyland, and I'm honestly shaking in my boots because of that. Yeah, that is something that's really got me worried. And also, good luck, Chaz. Also, good luck, Ducks. Let's go, woo! Let's cheer on Chaz's amazing Ducks team. Go, Ducks, woo! And also, Chaz, thank you so much for showcasing all the amazing drinks and treats in the Tony Hotel mod chat. And Angie says, I can't see them getting rid of Tower. It's too popular. And rumor has it, it's too popular, allegedly. So please, Disney, please let all of our fan predictions, each and everything be correct. Please, Disney, don't let us down. Literally, don't drop us to the Star Wars, to the Marvel IP zone. And yes, I know I'm fussing a lot about Mission Breakout. The moment that I found out that Disney changed Tower of Terror to Mission Breakout, I was devastated, especially given the fact that Disney deliberately announced that they would retheme, that they only gave. Where am I even going on to train of thought? Let's back up that monorail to the future. So back in 2017, when Disney rethemed the Tower of Terror, They only gave the cast members a week's warning, especially the people working in the gift shop, that the tower will get rethemed, which gets me really worried, just because of how popular that attraction was. Unlike the Liberty Bell, which did not get very much foot traffic, I'm like really worried that Disney's going to pull that same stunt on us again and make surprise everybody. Tower of Terror's getting rethemed to blah 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 IP, and we would be like, what the heck's going on? Robin says Disneyland changed Tower because they wanted a Marvel ride. We don't get Marvel rides in Disney World. Another thing that I forgot to mention is that Disneyland California already has very limited space, unlike Disney World, so they cannot really expand. And the Imagineers were on a really tight time frame and budget when it came to switching out attractions or building a new attraction. So the engineers were like, well, we gotta pick up one of the attractions that we can change over. We got Radiator Springs, we got Monsters, a bunch of attractions that were not very easy to change except for Tower. Robin says to trust their mom out of all the CEOs. I'm curious, Robin, why would you trust them all out of all the CEOs? I'm just really curious. Robin also brings up another point. Disney cannot use Marvel in Disney World due to Universal still having the rights to them on the East Coast, aka east of the Mississippi. But I do wonder what is going to change once Marvel loses that rights and the bidding war begins between studios. Alrighty, I'm hoping for the best, Matthew. Please be right that Josh D'Amo will be taking care of that Tower of Terror licensing. And when it comes to Josh D'Amo, the reasons I have a little bit more confidence is that Josh D'Amo actually goes to the parks and sees what guests want and like based off of his track record. So here we got our 3 little dogs that we are dog sitting. I forgot the names already. So when it comes to names, I'm really bad with names, to be honest. So let's zoom on out. Matthew says that Monsters Inc. Mike and Sully is going to be closing in 2026. Run, Forrest, run. Run, Forrest, run. I also heard that Monsters might receive a delayed closure to 2027. Just because Disneyland needs to complete the East Bridge expansion before they can start building Pandora due to space constraints. I didn't know that Universal in California cannot use Marvel just because of the Disneyland agreement. Yeah, I'm just like really nervous right now. Yes, that's right, Lyle. We need to get Disney back to the 1990s, the golden age, the golden renaissance of both Disney two-dimensional animation and Disney theme parks. I do miss the golden age of Disney. Hello, McBear. Good to see you. What's up? How are you doing? New from Atlantic, Canada. I've seen you in the other streams and chats before. Tony Otal. Woo! Good to see you, McBear. How are you doing? Been a long time. Hello, CL. Good to see you. What's up? How are you doing? Right now, we're just doing a lot of speculations and guesses about what could happen to the Tower of Terror's future based off Rock and Roller Coaster's closure today. Hello, Jason T. Good to see you. What's up? How are you doing? Welcome to the speculation show. And to make it very clear from my end, everything I say on here is just a speculation, and until I hear official news and rumors confirmed by Disney CEO or official sources, I will not make any factual statements, only speculations and opinions. That's awesome, McBam, that your last name was 19000. Woo! I'm not sure why, but whenever I read 19000, all I can think about is Ocean's 11. Hello, Soul Cargo. Good to see you. What's up? How are you doing? Oh my gosh, did you just see that? So everybody who's coming on in, I am just wondering, what are your thoughts and feelings about Rock and Roller Coaster's closure? Since Rock and Roller Coaster was a long-term classic, opening in 1999, almost 30 years ago. Yeah, I know, Matthew. Very, very sad. Oh, I'm so glad to hear, Robin. You did not see that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh, oh my gosh. I can't believe that happened. You know what's really wild with the dogs? Is whenever there's a cat that hangs out in that tree over there. And sometimes when that cat shows up, everybody sits around that trunk of that tree for 5 hours. Hello, Sister Aurora. It's so good to see you. And I know we got busted. Sorry, we got busted again. So when it comes to, I lost my train of thought again. My thoughts be falling off all the tracks. Mick Bear says, was Disneyland Paris still running rock and roller coaster, or was that done too? Unfortunately, I not recall if Disneyland Paris ever had their version of rock and roller coaster, or if they're going to be getting a similar roller coaster with the Disney Studio Adventureland expansion. Oh, it closed. That really sucks. When did Paris's rock and roller coaster close? I'm just really shocked that coaster closed, given its popularity in Hollywood studios. And just like that, here goes the sunset. Oh, that is so sad, Matthew, that Paris's coaster closed September 2nd, 2019. Boo. Yeah, that is so sad. And that's awesome, so Cargo, that you're chilling with a popsicle. I do wish I had a Mickey Mouse ice cream bomb, and I was going to have some pancakes for dinner, but I ended up eating leftover French fries instead. I'm curious to hear what made Disneyland Paris's rock and roller coaster a different ride. So no, let's go see if we can go downstairs. One moment, everybody. Gimbal ride as you go through the mansion itself, and the Grim Grinning Ghosts don't really like seeing the backstage of the mansion. Yep, me and my French fries. Alright, one moment. Hey, I'm going out front.
Huh?
I'm going out front.
Okay.
Alright. Hey, do you want to be let in? Oh, there you go. In you go. Alright, and we are back. So now we get a better view of the yard, and we can possibly see if we can spot a cat. If I start lagging, yell lag monster, and I shall rectify the lag monster. Same here, Sierra. I didn't know that Disneyland Paris had a rock and roll coaster until Matthew pointed it out. Mick Bear is asking, will you be excited as the Muppets take over the limousine coaster? Unfortunately for me, I'm not that thrilled or that excited, just because I feel like the Muppets are not a very fitting theme. So when it comes to the roller coaster, I would have preferred Metallica, Guns N' Roses, or another heavy metal band, just because of how Aerosmith embraced the heavy metal nature and the loopy loops. It definitely is gorgeous, which is why I decided to come out here and see what we could see. Initially, I was just going to stay inside and just blah blah blah, but I'm like, no, what? Let's just go outside. I don't have a gimbal. Let's see what we can do. That's good to know. That's good to know, Lyle, to disconnect the Wi-Fi when you go walking around. Unfortunately, we are in the lag zone. That's why I'm like staying around the yard where the Wi-Fi is. Hello, Mr. R. John. It's good to see you. What's up? How you doing? And yet, me and my French fries each and every day. French fries. Oh, that's so cool. That's so neat. So, Cargo, what is your kitty cat's name, if you do not mind sharing? Lyle says I would have been interested to see them take rock and roll coaster and put a popular country band behind it. That would be really different, and I would be very, that'd be very different. And I could also see somebody doing like a jazz version of Rock and Roller Coaster. Oh, that's so adorable. So cargo. Her name is Pollyanna. Aww. Matthew says, at least they're not changing the name. And at least they're just putting in Rock and Roller Coaster Starring the Muppets. That is one thing I'm very, very relieved about, is that Disney is keeping the ginormous guitar icon along with the attraction's name, but just putting in a different band, which is a really huge relief. And the reason I say that's a very huge relief is because of the merchandise trend we have seen with the Tower of Terror. I'm not sure if anybody else has noticed this, but over the last 10 years, I have noticed that Disney has removed any reference to the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror off all the merch lines and replaced the merch with the Hollywood Tower Hotel, which indicates that Disney's going to keep the name the Hollywood Tower Hotel and the Tower of Terror, but swap out the name the Twilight Zone with something different, just like what they did to Rock and Roller Coaster. That is the best case scenario, in my opinion, if Disney must retheme or forfeit the Twilight Zone IP license. Yeah, it makes me wonder, Lyle. I'm curious what they're going to have the Muppets say or do. That would make me rather curious, and I'm a little unsure about how the Muppet Coaster is going to work. Hopefully the Imagineers are going to be able to think really long and hard instead of rushing the reopening of the coaster. Matter of fact, Josh Lamar encouraged the Imagineers to delay the opening of Villains Land by another year. Hey. By another year. I know. Hey, you're so cute. Yeah, matter of fact, Josh Lamar did encourage the Imagineers to go back to the drawing board and think bigger and bolder. That actually does give me more hope for Rock and Roller Coaster. So, and I honestly would not mind if Rock and Roller Coaster was delayed by another year, if the theming could be top notch, full of animatronics, and resemble a ride from the 1990s Disney era. Oh yes, I can see Animal drumming the drums. Yep, I wonder the same thing. I wonder what songs Muppets will sing, and I wonder how Piggy and Comet the Frog will be integrated. I'm guessing that we might be riding this Miss Piggy Superstar limo to her concert. Oh, I'm guessing that, and I guess that Comet is going to appear during the ride, giving directions to Miss Piggy. Yep, it's gonna be a refurbishment. I feel that for Rock and Roller Coaster just because of the nature of the coaster, and you're going at 65 miles per hour. You're not able to see much else, except for a few flashes of props. That's why I feel that Rock and Roller Coaster is going. And that brings me to my other point about why, in my opinion, I'm a little disappointed about Rock and Roller Coaster. The reason being is that Rock and Roller Coaster is a really fast-moving ride, and you only can see a few props at a time, which means there's not a lot of time to develop an in-depth Muppet story, unlike Muppet Vision 3D, where you were sitting in a theater for 20 minutes. That's another aspect of the coaster that does bring up some slight disappointment, in my opinion. It's just how quickly the ride will flash by, unless Disney knocks it out of the park in the pre-show, or somehow manages to combine a walking component so that you can experience more of a theatrical build-up, similar to what we see in Rise of the Resistance. I know, lag spots. Let me get back to the. Alright, everybody, we are back. Please let me know if you can see and hear the shenanigans. So we are back right underneath the Wi-Fi router, and as I was saying earlier, just because of the lag spots, another aspect of disappointment when it comes to Rock and Roller Coaster is the fact that Rock and Roller Coaster is a really quick ride, maybe a minute and 25 seconds at most. Not as fast as Tron, but getting there. But yet, what really disappoints me the most, in my personal opinion, is that the Rock and Roller Coaster ride component itself does not give time to build up a full, cohesive story where we get to know the characters or experience the characters for who they really are. Unlike Muppets Vision 3D, where we got to sit in the theater for 20 minutes, that is where we got the experience of full show and seeing how and actually getting to witness the Muppets putting together a full production. Speaking of which, Disney would need to knock it out of the park when it comes to the pre-show, or add a walkthrough component, or add a walkthrough component similar to what we see on Rise of the Resistance. Lyle says, I don't think they're doing any add-on or additions to Epcot. It's just Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and Animal Kingdoms. Aww. Robin also adds, but Magic Kingdom, Animal Kingdom, and now Hollywood Studio, then they will be messing with the Millennial Falcon in May. Oh, thank you, Angie. These are not my dogs. These are some dogs I'm dog sitting. Her nickname is Cow, Moo Cow. I believe she's a half pit bull terrier mix. Run, Forrest, run. And what I find really wild, I'm glad to hear that the lag monster has gone back to the Magic Manor. I find it really wild that Disney is going to be messing with Millennial Falcon, Monstropolis, and Millennial Falcon simultaneously, especially given that Hollywood Studios is a small, low-capacity park already, and what Hollywood Studios needs is a whole lot more e-ticket attractions. Matter of fact, if you're wondering where Run Force Run came from, it actually originated from Disney Magic and Mayhem. Lyle says, and if you keep talking, then there's no denial. Don't forget yourself some O2H. Matthew says, here is a fact about the Tower of Terror. When you reach the end of Sunset Boulevard, you cannot help but notice Hollywood Studios' most easily recognized attractions, the Tower of Terror of its massive edifice. Heck yeah, that's right. One massive towers. Yes. And that's why I love the Tower of Terror map view. It's so full of everything. That's when I wish if Disney had to choose between retheming Rock and Roller Coaster or Tower of Terror, that Disney would have gone for the Tower of Terror to rip that band-aid off of agony. And that way, the Muppets could have an entire hotel where you can get a whole bunch of animatronics, improve the fifth dimension scene, and just have a really good time dropping through your rooms while the Muppets are laughing and singing, similar to Mission Breakout, but keeping the original Tower of Terror building and not retheming the ride too much. Aww, little fingers. Mick Bear says, is this one of your first live streams, or is it the first one that I joined of yours? This is actually my 500,000th live stream, and welcome to your very first live stream, Mick Bear. Woo! Glad you found us. Yep, we are all a hot mess express in this wonderland. And thank you so much for your patience as we drove through the magical land of lag. So let's see, what else can we see? That will give us lag inducement. And tomorrow, stay tuned, because we're going to be doing some live artwork and a whole bunch of live art requests based off your favorite Disney characters and shows. I know I do a live stream. I know I do a weekly live stream every week. A weekly odd stream. Why can I not magically talk? My mouth is lagging too, by the way. That's what I do almost every Sunday. That's what we do almost every Sunday. Is we sit around instead of having family dinner, we do live out requests. And after we get done here, I do have to take the bus home, which is gonna be a 2-hour bus ride. So you probably see a lot of me posting on Instagram too, which is Tonio Tower. Yeah, not looking forward to the 2-hour bus ride home either. Then another 2-hour bus ride to walking back tomorrow. Welcome to the Tony life. Unfortunately, the Hollywood Tower Hotel is not conveniently located on the bus routes. The Hollywood Tower Hotel does take a lot of proper care and time, especially if you're commuting via service elevator, which is a very slow and long bus ride. Yes, 2 hours, Angie. 2 hours one way to work, 2 hours home every Monday. Every Monday and every day I work 2 hours there, 2 hours back, and not a lot of good Wi-Fi either. Yep, Lyle, welcome to the Tony life, to the Twilight Zone life, and in this dimension, Tony Hotel don't drive. The closest thing that Tony got to a vehicle is a service elevator, which is unfortunately not street approved or street licensed. So, we are on the bus. Yep, that's right, Robin. I can attest to that Orlando bus. When I was traveling around Orlando to get to Disney, it took me 3 hours to get to Disney plus the Magic Skyliner. So it was 4 thingies of transportation. Yeah, it's bad out there. Yeah, I do wish that the United States had a robust bus system like Tokyo. And that's the one thing I love about being in New York City and in the East Coast. You get very easy access to transportation along the coastline and in the big cities. It definitely is, Matthew, very stressful. Plus, don't forget the Ubers. This is not against any Uber drivers or anybody who does rideshare, but for me personally, Uber is completely out of the picture and the question. Yeah, I know, Matthew, what to bleep. And let me look for your match today from today, Matthew. Thank you so much for letting me know. Lyle says, Tony, I know what it's like not being able to drive. I'm almost 2 miles of town from where I'm at. That really sucks, Lyle. For me, I'm also 2 miles away from anything, and from any shopping district too. It takes me an hour to walk to my closest mall. And Matthew says, Uber is easier than the bus. That's so true. But unfortunately, it's a lot more expensive. So Uber's like, eh. Yeah, bus is cheap in Orlando. You can ride the bus all day for just $2 and a whole lot of your time. Oh my, what a life. Glad to see you too, Tyler. What's up and how are you doing? Angie says, my son Ubers everywhere here. That is so awesome that he's able to Uber. So at some point, when I really get my career going, I will definitely be Ubering a lot more and taking the bus a lot less. Once I get my career established. Until then, bus to infinity and beyond. I do wish I had a superstar limo to get me around town. That'd be amazing. If I could get launched at 65 miles per hour from point A to B, just like a rock and roller coaster. I'm very sorry to hear, McBear. And for me, I personally cannot drive because I'm unable to get a vehicle Yep, Robin says that she uses a donkey and a cow to get everywhere if a car breaks down. Unfortunately for me, the closest things I got to a donkey and a cow is a coyote. A coyote is a tad too teeny for what I need. So I'll be busing, not coyoteing. Alright. I know it's time. I know I gotta do something a little brave because they say do something that makes you a little braver each day. I'm wondering if you would all be willing to listen to one of my newest songs, to a Christmas carol that I've been practicing. The Christmas carol that I've been practicing is Silent Night. So please let me know how I do singing Silent Night. So here we go. This is me getting ready to sing Silent Night. Can you hear me? Oh, thank you so much, Robin. And you've just witnessed a semi. You've just picture it, if you will. You've just witnessed somebody singing the very first Christmas carol, but in March. Robin says, but Tony, that's not what I said. But we will go with that. So wait, let's see what Robin has to say again. Robin says, I live out in the country. I don't think we have Uber out there, but we have donkeys and cows. Oh, that's so cute. Instead of donkeys and cows, we have a dog that looks like a cow, and we have a dog that looks like Bambi. So that's that. Silent Night. And yes, Leo, please sing the Elvis Blues please sing Elvis's blue version of Christmas. Please and thank you. I would love to hear it loud and proud. You got this, Lyle. Everybody, let's give Lyle a huge round of applause. Woo! That should be the new soundtrack and theme song for Muppets Rock and Roller Coaster. Well, during the pre-show, Lyle comes up on the stage with Comet the Frog. Comet's like, Lyle, looks like we got somebody. Comet's like, well, looks like we got somebody new to sing for us. Guess who's replacing Aerosmith? It's Lyle. So Lyle comes up with Comet the Frog, and Lyle begins singing. That's what we will be hearing during the new version of Rock and Roller Coaster. Robin says, I just like that song. So what about this song? Would you listen to this very next song if you were riding Rock and Roller Coaster? It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small world after all. It's a small roller coaster, limo, whatever you call it after all. There is just one moon and one golden sun, and a smile means street lights for everyone. Through the mountains that divide and the dogs that bark, it's a small world after all. So, would you listen to that song during Rock and Roller Coaster, an original song? Robin says, I'd rather hear It's a Small 10 times over than hear It's a Blue Christmas. Alright, this is for you, Robin. It's a small world after all. 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 Alright, 5 more times. It's a world of laughter, a world of tears. It's a world of hopes and a world of fears. There's so much that we share. There you go, Robin. It's a small world times 10. Mick Bear says, Elvis's Blue Christmas was the best. You should hear the Porky Pigs version. We gotta listen to Blue Christmas right now. I honestly don't know what the lyrics are or what Blue Christmas is except for the name Elvis Presley. You're very welcome, Robin. So what about this one? Baby shark, do 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 do. Baby copyright strike, do do do. Oh no, Mama got a copyright strike, do do do. Mama got a copyright strike, do 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 do. Mick Bear says, maybe one little spark twisted to It's a Small. One little spark of imagination. One little spark for me and you. Imagination. Imagine I can't sing at all. And all the dogs go barking in the neighborhood because it's a beautiful day in a copyright strike. A beautiful day in a cease and desist letter. Uh-oh. So that's all I got for singing. And maybe we should keep singing like Rock and Roller Coaster. Aw, thank you so much, Matthew. The Force is with you, young Tony. You're not a Jedi yet. Nope, not anywhere near a Jedi. Oh my gosh, Robin. My son had a stuffed baby shark that's played that song when he was younger. He kept pushing that button over and over, riding it down the road. I told him to do it again, and Baby Shark's going bye-bye. And may Baby Shark please rest in peace. May Baby Shark please see better and happier and brighter futures and days, besides being seen in a dumpster. Oh, thank you, CJL. And also, CJL, I also forgot, how is Olive Gardens? Yep, I can imagine, Robin. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna push that button. Drop it if you dare. Push that button if you dare. Because picture, if you will, holding your absolute favorite baby shark. And then all of a sudden a robin appears and tosses it away. You're so lucky, Angie. I happen to be that person who didn't miss the Baby Shark era, who loves singing Baby Shark. So note, next time I write Tower of Terror, put a 1 in the chat if I should sing Baby Shark, put a 2 in the chat if I should sing It's a Small during the drops. Would you like me to sing Baby Shark while writing Tower of Terror, please? Oh, happy birthday to your son. Woo! Alright, we got It's a Small World. Yep, so no Baby Shark on Tower of Terror. Baby Tower of Terror, baby Tower of Terror. Alright, we got number 1 for Baby Shark. So the next time we drop into a deserted hotel, a friendly reminder to those who made it back. Beware, you never know who's going to be singing Baby Shark and It's a Small World simultaneously. Well, you venture through the 5th dimension into the Baby Shark territory. Alright, smart every time. So when I write Tower of Terror in June, when I go to Disney World, not Disneyland in May, but Disney World in June, I shall be on Tower of Terror singing It's a Small World nonstop. Oh my gosh, that must be so intense, loud. Especially that ducky that cracks and sings nonstop. Oh my gosh, I'm not sure where this is even going, but unfortunately, my battery is at 1%. Unfortunately, my battery is at 1%, so I do have to drop back into the Twilight Zone. Hello, Monique, it's so good to see you. I do apologize that I do have to drop back into the Twilight Zone, but we will see you tomorrow. But we will see everybody tomorrow for live art request at 8:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hello, Monique, good to see you. Thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And we'll see you tomorrow before my phone goes nighty-nighty. Well, it was so amazing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Robin. Thank you, Lyle. Thank you, so Cargo, Monique, Angie, Matthew, CJL, woo! Jason T, let me look through the chat. John, and thank you so much, everybody. Sorry if I missed anybody. Speak now or forever hold your peace. If you wish to say goodbye. You too, everybody. Have a blessed night. Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you tomorrow for live out requests at the same time. See you around, everybody. Woo!